Good afternoon to each and everyone in Guyana, in and out, Guyanese. I wanted to address the situation of our election. I was looking at the YouTube video and I saw the Honorable President was giving a layout about the election, which might be around March next year. I know the opposition are not happy about this, but all come down about the Constitution. From the first place, the Constitution was breached from 1966, Article 155. And if the opposition want to be fair, then they should talk about renewing the Constitution, because the Constitution that given to the country give the government, or the president by the way, a certain ability. He or she, whoever is the president, cannot be tried for no crime. They're immune to whatever. I think the Constitution should be changed because it was breached. And if David Granger, a soldier who worked for the previous government before he becomes a politician and now the president, realized that the Constitution was breached at Article 155, and then on the 21st of December, his government toppled. It is fair to say that being an honorable citizen of the country, we the people can make a citizen arrest. But which court will we try these jokers in? A lot of them use the court to justify their crime. And they use lawyers, judges, and others to do things that is not right. The police they also use, instead of doing their job, they lock up innocent people, charge you, beat you because of politicians, corrupt businessmen, and even some judges and magistrates take side. I want the Constitution to change, where the president, the prime minister, no politician is immune to the law, and they must be tried by the law. Because we want to be in civilized society, not the days of monarchism, the days of Hitler, Caesar, Napoleon, and even King Charles in the past make Oliver Cromwell call for his hand, and Louis of France. Ladies and gentlemen, it's plain to say that we are being used and abused by our own. Enough is enough. I think the soldier David Granger, who's the president right now, could call out the military, put the country in state of emergency, and form a new government called a patriotic government, a national front government, by younger brains and vision from all 6 of the races. And the Amerindian must play a greater role and a vital role in Guyana development, since knowing that they are the first people. They are the people everybody reach. And it's not unfair, since knowing that David Granger, a soldier, I don't know if he went to Africa under Barnum, to liberate his African brother against the white race, as they say, in the past, that we had Mugabe own everything, drive the white man out. Idi Amin drive the Indian out. And we see many other driving out the white people from Africa. Today, black people are free, and now you're Africans. When will the Amerindian get their freedom? The African descendant in Guyana got Emancipation Day, Day of Freedom, like many more in the Caribbean. And the Indian know the days of arrival, but nobody have a day of departure. But you Indian also drove out the white man from India, said the white man must go out of India because an Indian country, and maybe you're right. Did not you two, ladies and gentlemen, black and Indian, realize that you have done the same to the Amerindian and other races? Think of it. Remember what you asked for ancestors. And you're right. Where is the God that you swear on the Bible to do the right thing? And as you says, you swear, thou shalt not take thy brother's property, covet thy brother's property. Are not the same you're doing, Bharat, David? Well, let us bypass all of that. We want a Guyana for all of us. Africa don't need y'all. India don't need y'all. And I was there, I could tell you. You may have diplomatic relations with presidents who are dictators, who rob the nation and do the same, like what many politicians do in Guyana. But the world changes. I call upon the younger generation to stand up with me and listen to me. Don't vote race. Don't vote party policy. Vote for what is the future for your children and your children to come. Our generation, our parents have made mistakes. For vote for Indian or vote for black, but did not vote for the future. Many of us do not have homes. It is time for every Guyanese to get a piece of land to build a house. And as I said again, giving the resources of the country, every Guyanese family must be given a check that they can live in a country without a problem, but everyone must serve 4 or 5 hours a day, trained to be in a military affair in case of invasion from our neighboring country or any other force beyond God or nature. I am calling on you, the people. If David Granger doing the right thing, then we must support him and give him the next term. But we want the Ministry of Housing to be cleaned up with a new minister who deal with housing affair and not an envelope and color of skin or party policy like what is happening right now. Because the Ministry of Housing, a lot of people lost their property. They are in Canada and America. When they go home, they can't get it because somebody else got it, and transport change and the property change into other people's name. The village office, who is the NDC, corrupt again, said the people are out, other people paying their rates and tax. My fellow citizens, we want a government who's transparent. We want a government who make the law and order that we all must abide by. If any minister get caught using his or her office to deny a citizen the rights of the country, whether you're a man or a woman, you must be tried according to the law, and you must be dealt with severely more than the common man on the street, because you know the law. You are the minister. You're supposed to set example. Any police break the law, same be it. Any judge break the law, same be it. Any military break the law, same be it. Because you are no different from the ordinary citizen, especially when you swear to uphold the laws of the country. And a man must not be judged because of his color of his skin or his party policy. I am tired talking about that. I think there must be more Amerindian involvement in the parliament, in other legislation of government, because it's their country, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, the war is on today around the world. I heard every young black man out of Africa say the white man's slave is ancestor. And yes, you might be right, but what are you doing to the native, the indigenous people? I just attended an indigenous rally in New York where indigenous people from all walks of life was there. And yes, I represent the Guyanese indigenous people, but I am calling for the children and great-grandchildren of slavery and cheap labor to put your difference aside, forget Africa and India, and think of Guyana, where you born and grew, and let's put this country forward. Stop the racial discrimination, party policy, and stop the injustice that we are putting on innocent people. Some of the NDC, which is the village office, agreed to sell the dam, which is an egress and egress for many Guyanese that they can't go in and come out. Canaan, for an example. A businessman who opened a zoo, he owned a dam, but he did not put it on the public road. He put it where Karaya got his land. We owned that place long before him. Where is the egress and the egress? I asked in the Ministry of Home Affairs to look into it. I'm asking the Housing Minister to look into it. I'm asking the NDC to look into it. That man also, I was made to understand, opening a zoo that have nothing to do with me. I know the monkeys and birds and snakes and other things and crocodiles were there before us, but I did not know since when a jackass can own a zoo. That's the only animal we are seeing that's raging. I call upon the government to look into it, and I get to understand we have our land there. I heard the surveying pole was pulled out from the dam because we own at least 20 feet in on Mr. Carval's dam from east to west. I heard, got information that somebody pulled out the surveying pole. I want the government to look into it, and if so be the case, I am calling for the person to be arrested, charged, and if found guilty, execute. No jail for such man or woman. They must be executed. And if any surveyor have hands in it, their license must be taken away, and they also must go through the trial and be executed. You do not play with a man's future, harass him or her. I call upon the government, and I think APNU can do the job, but they got a few wrong pegs in square hole. Thank you for this time, and I will support APNU, but we want transparency, and we want everybody to be judged according to the law. and look into every case against every man and woman that gets hurt. Thank you. I will continue this at a later date.